This hillside is a classic example of why aerial photography is so important in finding traces of the past. There are a few vague hints of something going on here, but you can't make any sense of it at all on the ground. The photographs, though, tell a completely different story. What these have shown is an extensive network of trenches covering more than 200 acres. But what's surprising is the sheer variety of trench patterns. There's a chance that this area was being used not just to practice trench digging, but to explore different types of trench design.
World War I got bogged down in trench warfare because of technological advances such as the machine gun. Traditional tactics like cavalry charges were now suicidal. Neither side could advance, so they dug in. It was a new type of warfare. The general view today is that troops were thrown into battle with very little preparation and training. But if we can prove the army was using these trenches to experiment with trench design and train soldiers, we will have to rethink that. These reconstructed First World War trenches in Suffolk give an idea of what Chattenden might have looked like during the war.
Just two of us to get out of the way. You wouldn't want to step up there because your head's exposed, all that sort of thing. So,
Martin Brown has studied trenches on the battlefront, but it's the first time he's seen photos of Chattenden. I also want him to look at a map of the area from 1915. The date turns out to be very significant.
It says here, New Field Works Ground, coloured pink. Well, that's this area here. And that's precisely the area where these vague crop marks are showing up. Now, new field works, that suggests to me field works, entrenchments, excavations.
Yeah. The Manual of Field Works, that's what it's called. It's interesting, the date, you know, September 15, just a year after the war started. And it's the new field works ground. What have they had to do? They've had to expand training, so there's a lot more people coming in, they need more space. But the other thing that's really important there is it's gone from a war where they knew they were going to be doing bits of trenching, just for, you know, temporary position and cover and that sort of thing, to by that period, by September 1915, you are into full-on trench warfare with, you know, that front that stretches all the way from Belgium down to Switzerland and is defended every inch of the way.
We know that the army soon discovered that long straight trenches were vulnerable to attack and could be quickly overcome. By developing different designs, such as a Greek key-like pattern of fire bays and traverses, the trenches were much easier to hold. Any enemy had to work its way through the zigzag. Every twist and turn could be defended.
Is this more than just practice? Is this about experimentation, working out what works best?
Yes, if you're going to see evidence of that anywhere, it will be here on the engineers' training ground, because they're the ones who are developing best practice. They're taking intelligence reports and letters coming back from the front, particularly in that sort of first few months, and distilling it down into things that work, things that don't work, where you do and don't want to put your trenches, that sort of thing.